Jai Shri Ram. Now that we have heard the story of goddess Kali and Durga and kind of connected to the Adiparashakti energies after this brief context that I gave you, let us proceed with the story. In the Mahabharata war, when both sides of the army had arrived in the land of Kurukshetra, my lord, the Lord Vishnu in the Krishna form, told me, Hanuman, Pandavas have always suffered in their lives. Their past life karmas have always given them sorrows and pain. As I can see, they are going to get defeated in this war also because of their past life karmas. But this war is not now a war of the Pandavas. It is for the welfare of the entire mankind. Therefore, their entire existence needs to be purified so that they can get rid of bad luck and win this war. In order to purify their existence, we need to perform NavaDurga Pooja for them before the war. In the puja, they say that the way NavaDurga Pooja is conducted, we have lost the Vidhi Vidhana of doing it now. In Kali Yuga, that Vidhi and Vidhana of doing NavaDurga Pooja does not exist. As in, what we know now is not the real way of doing it. Yeah, we have lost it. But let us at least, through this story, connect to that energy. In the puja, Lord Krishna had told all the attendees as to how Devi Durga takes 9 forms to purify existence of a person. He told, when there are impurities in water, we purify it with distillation, which means we heat the water, it evaporates, and whatever condenses is pure water. Similarly, Devi Durga can absorb the entire existence of an individual and release it back in purified form. Existence or life of an individual spans in 3 dimensions of time, which is past, present and future. Devi Durga takes her first 3 forms, Shailaputri, Brahmacharini and Chandraghanta, to purify the past of a person. She takes her next 3 forms, Kushmanda, Skandamata and Katyayini, to purify the present of a person. She takes her last 3 forms, Kalaratri, Mahagauri and Siddhidatri, to purify the future of a person. Thus, the entire existence of a person gets purified. Purification of our past. Our past is made up of mainly what? The memories. So the memories that we hold about the outside world. Whatever we have experienced in the past, we still have memories of that. But Devi Durga, in her Shailaputri form, has no memories. Let me repeat that. But Devi Durga, in her Shailaputri, what is Shaila?
White.
Rock. Shaila. Okay, let me say no. It's Shaila. Okay, in her Shailaputri form has no memories, just the way a Shaila or a rock has no memories. Indeed, she acts as purifier of memories of the devotees. Therefore, they must be filtered. What is the next form of the past? Impressions that we leave on the outside world. So one of the first thing that we have of the past is our memories of the past. The second thing of the past is what imprints we leave on the outside world. Every activity which we have done in the past, we have left an impression of that on the outside world. If we have done good deeds, even if nobody has watched us doing that, the universe has watched it and has an impression of it. If we have done bad deeds, even if nobody has watched us doing that, the universe has watched it and has an impression of it. So Devi Durga, in her Brahmacharini form, is fully detached from the outside world. She doesn't have any impressions of her existence on the outside world. Instead, she acts as a purifier of impressions left by us on the outside world. Impressions of bad deeds bring bad luck to us. Therefore, they need to be filtered off. Then what is the third form of our past? of our, so one is in our memories, second is our impressions of our actions. What is the third form? Our nature. Yes, very similar. We all have a unique nature or a unique personality. Two different people react to a situation in two different ways. Our nature is governed by our moon sign or Rashi, right? Devi Durga in her Chandraghanta form is not governed by the moon. Her only nature is to purify our nature. Therefore, she in these three forms purifies all three existence, all three facets of our past. Now the purification of the present. Our present is also made up of three things. One, the information that is being bombarded on us. We are receiving information from the outside world in various forms. Rays of light show us the colors and forms of objects. Waves of sound tells us that the voice of objects. And then the flow of smell gives us the odor of objects and so on. This information affects the way we are. Therefore, it must be purified. Devi Kushmanda acts like a black hole. Kushmanda means black hole of negative information. She absorbs all the negative information being projected on us. Then what is the second form of the present? All the information that is being processed by our senses. Sometimes we get good information, but our senses perceive it wrongly. For instance, somebody gives a good advice, but we refuse to take it due to the prejudices held by our senses about that person. As the saying goes, everything looks yellow to the jaundiced eye. Therefore, our skill to sense the information must also be purified. Just before coming here, about an hour ago, around 6:30, there was a family call. There was somebody who was in US, and she was saying that, oh my God, I asked her, when are you coming back to India? She said December. And I know that she holds a prejudice towards Trump. I said, by the time you go back, Trump would have come to power. She said, that makes my life very easy. If Trump comes to power, I'm not going back. So I said, if that's the case, then what if Kamala Harris comes to power, it will be even worse. She says, why is that? I said, she is completely in bed with the deep state. The deep state or the CIA is the one which has destabilized Bangladesh. There is a regime change agents who are coming and meeting Owaisi. They are meeting all the political parties in Kashmir. So they are trying to stabilize us even more. So she said, what is the proof? Do you have any links? Where is the evidence? I said, it is there in the net. If you are interested, then you should go and check. So she said, no. Since you have said it, then you have made that claim. You should give me all the evidence. I said, I'm not sharing anything with you because I did not want to say, because it's a waste of my time and it is also inconsequential. Whatever you think has no consequence to me. So I said, it's all there, so please go and check. So she said, yes, you are right about one thing, that I am not interested. I said, very good that you are not interested, but you are holding strong prejudices and biases without understanding the complete information. I am only giving you a direction to say that there is more information, but you want to hold on to your opinion without understanding all the information about it. Right? And that's what we do, right? Because we hold on to certain opinions which are very strong. Imagine, she's a PhD student who has done a lot of research in US, and she says that if Trump comes, then I'll forget my research, I don't even want to go back. That's a very strong statement, because you're throwing away your entire career and everything on a very strong opinion. And you don't have all the information about that opinion. You just have one information. She said, look at the way he talks, he'll run the government to the ground. And while I agree on that also, but then the alternative is worse. Worse for the entire mankind, because it has an effect on the entire countries and political institutions of the world. So this is how I was just thinking the same thing. That see, remember one thing, that whatever we understand here, the first thing that we need to do is apply it to ourselves. So there is another friend, Siddharth Kamath, who's our cricket mate. So he has read all of these and he understands all of these very well now. So he said in one of the chapters, you remember Lord Hanuman says that Bhishma got the death that he deserved because he was one of the chief architects of this entire war. If he had stood firm, and he shows to Bhishma that vows can be broken when he actually comes and takes the Sudarshan Chakra. For Dharma, there are many things that Bhishma could have done, but he didn't. So he said, that's why he got the death that he deserved. So Siddharth sends me this and he says, who else in this world do you think are captured by Asuras? I said, me. And then you. And I told him that, look, whatever we learn, first you apply it to yourself. If there is something that we learn here about how we perceive the world, it is the most, the way in which the mind runs and the way in which all of our minds run is to apply this filter on everybody else. Whoever is close to us, our spouse, our parents, our teachers or whatever, our colleagues, our boss, our teammates, saying, "Dekha, iska attitude is very good, good. You can do that, but first thing is apply it on yourself, and then you start putting that filter on others." So, what I'm trying to say here is that we all have information which is being filtered by our senses. And remember in the last chapter, last Saturday, what did we understand? That Maya filters all your beliefs and will give you exactly that which will disturb your peace. Whatever are our strong beliefs, and the example given was that there is a sage who's sitting in deep meditation in the jungle. Maya will scan him for his beliefs. One of the strong belief that this person holds is that nobody should cut trees. That mankind has destroyed the earth. That is his strong belief. Maya will ensure that there is a wood cutting of a tree happening close by and he is disturbed. Somebody else feels that he is completely at peace, but if he hears somebody talking bad language, right, foul language, then that fellow has lost his serenity. So before he is on that charam sima of culmination of ascending, Maya will ensure that somebody will come and abuse him and he is gone. So one of the things that I keep looking at myself is, what are my strong beliefs that is not letting me ascend? There are a lot of strong beliefs in me. And that's why Sajid was asking me, saying, what is your next step in spiritual evolution? And I said, I don't know where I am. I feel like I'm still a beginner. He said, no, you're there. You're somewhere there. You're not a beginner. Guruji mentioned about you. If Guruji has mentioned about you, then obviously there is something that is happening with you. Otherwise, he would have never mentioned you, because he never mentions about anybody else in his videos. So there is something that you must have attained. I said, whenever I look at myself, I see that I have so many defects and I am so in grip of asuras and suras that I am nowhere. I'm like, battar se bhi battar. And every time I talk to Guruji, I keep asking him the same thing. That मैं तो बदतर से भी बदतर हूँ, मैं कैसे मेरा उत्थान कैसे होगा, मेरा कल्याण कैसे होगा, कृपा कैसे होगी, साधना कैसे आगे बढ़ेगा, all of that. So first thing is,
if a situation happened and how can you have a different perspective about it? How to relate it to the karma? Like one person can see that situation in a positive way and one can see in a negative way. Does it also happen with the past karma? How they react?
How they react is our nature, right? See, how we react to any situation is in our nature. How our nature is formed is through our past life karmas. Or I won't even say karmas. Let us say that I have certain voids in me today which are driving me. If I have not identified those voids and I have not been able to overcome them or become indifferent towards them, my next life will also be like that. Let's say anger is a big problem that I have today. If I have not been able to control my anger, if I have not been able to understand my anger and overcome my anger, next birth also will be the same. If I have done it, then I will not be that way. If my void in this life is money, power, fame, greed, all of that, if I have not recognized that and I am completely in the grip of all of these sins, right, then gone, I'll be the same again. There is so the biggest learning apparently happens between births. Even in Autobiography of a Yogi, you would have learned that. Even in this thing also, Many Lives, Many Masters by Brian Weiss, she tells the same thing, that there are many spirit guides who are assigned to us for our kalyan, for our spiritual evolution. So in between births, there are many, there is a lot of learning that happens. Apparently the learning that we get on earth is only 1%. 99% of the learning of the soul happens in the in-between birth stage. And in that stage is like theory. This is our practicals. How much have we learned? How much can we implement? How much does the soul remember? I can tell you one thing for sure, that the person that I was just 3 years ago is not the person that I am today. Completely different, completely in the grip of Maya, completely, just like everybody else. So I'm always wondering, how and why did my soul awaken? Otherwise, I would have been like just another person there. Maybe I still am, but somewhere deep inside, I can see that my soul has awakened. And the way I know that my soul has awakened is that the knowledge at the back of my mind, which is that this is all an illusion, is taking more and more strength and grip. Because if you feel that, and another thing that is coming to me very strongly is that I am not this body and I am not this character. So everything that I am able to relate to is from this body, correct? When I say this body, this physical body, what is this physical body? This character. The pain that I am getting, the pleasure that I am getting, everything is coming to this body. Now I am again and again asking myself, if it is coming to this body and this body is not me, then why should I be affected by it? I am only doing because I am here to do certain things. If the pain is coming to me, it is coming to this character. Maybe it was bound to be coming to this character. Maybe this character has to go through all those emotions, situations, and then maybe that is what the journey of this character is, but that's not who I am. I'll give you another simple example. So earlier I would attach a lot of significance to this physique of mine, to strength training. Through my body, I would also be attracted to women. So now when I look at it, it seems so trivial because I keep asking myself, who is attracted? Who is so besotted by his own body? Right? When I look at myself, it is a different thing to be saying that, look, I don't want that much of fat, I want to be more trim, I can cut my diet. But then it is a different thing to be obsessive saying, oh my God, I need that much protein, I need this kind of diet, I need to eat so much, I need to go every day to the gym, I need to spend so much of calories and eat so much of calories. There, it was there at an obsessive level. Now I don't feel that anyway. I mean, I'm like, okay, this is my body. Who is this body? Who am I? I am not this body. These are the constant conversations in my own head.
Okay. So if you are in a family, if you are with your spouse, their action also affects you.
Yeah, it does.
And when you are single, it is little more easier to get
Oh, yeah.
connected with the world because you can do your own things.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
are with someone, then their actions will also that. In that time, how will you manage things?
See, I'll tell you one thing. If you are bound to feel these emotions, you know what I mean? If you are bound to experience the pain of whatever it is, okay? For example, I'll give you. I was alone and single. I was a bachelor and single. My second job, okay, in Lenovo. Horrible manager. Horrible. I mean, I can't even tell you how horrible that guy was. Okay, and this guy was apparently in cahoots with the other guy who was also my dotted line manager. And he went and filled this guy's ears saying, this guy is a horrible guy, we need to fix him. Both together would screw my happiness. It was horrible, man. Now see, the thing is this. I had to face those emotions. I had to undergo, as in when I say I, my character Anil had to undergo these emotions. Whether it was given to me by a spouse or whether it was given to me by a boss or whether it was given to me by a friend, it doesn't matter. I had to experience, someone came, gave me that experience and went.
But again, here you have an option, you can quit the job.
I couldn't. For 1 year I couldn't. That is the whole thing. See, I wanted to quit so desperately. You won't believe, okay? I took a transfer. I was in Gurgaon. I said, boss, I can't take these guys. I made a request to the CEO and I said, look, I'm not comfortable here. And there is the same position. My counterpart in Bangalore quit. And before going, I spoke to him and he said, this guy is horrible, man. He's like, okay, let us see. I'm anyway stuck. If this guy is horrible, I'll experience that also. And he told me very clearly, I'm quitting only because of him. So I came to Bangalore. Oh my God, that is also a nightmare experience. If that guy was horrible, then I realized this guy is even more horrible. So I was like from the frying pan to fire. And when I look back, I really think that my character had to undergo these experiences, because of which the people were in such a way that Grahadasha was in so. Apparently, it is written also in my Kundalini. It is written in my Kundalini that in these times he will face a lot of issues, and it happened like that. So whether I have to experience let us say I have to experience betrayal. I experienced betrayal because the person, my friend who I trusted, and I started my startup with him, he betrayed me, cheated me and went off. I was in a solid, massive debt. And I don't know, that's why I say, Lord Hanuman himself lifted me up. And so I became, when I saw I was in such a hopeless situation that I didn't know what is going to happen to me next. How my family will survive, no idea. And if I have to say that I had to come out of that situation, which was so horrible, and that's why I think that I became a bhakta. Because to have undergone such deep trauma of business failure, money failure, debts on you, that recovery, people knocking at your door to recover, all of that is so traumatic and stressful. And to have come out of all that successfully was nothing short of a miracle. And I cannot attribute it to anyone else. That's why I said, if you had seen me till 2020, till 2019, 2020, I was a very different guy. From 2020, I was a completely different guy. So a lot of these things teach you on how, how grace, divine grace actually can be bestowed. And I attribute it only to divine grace. That if divine grace wasn't there, I would have been a goner. And I'll tell you, Guruji sends me a lot of these guys who contact Guruji, and Guruji is in Maun Vrat. He doesn't talk to these guys because he feels that it is a deviation of his energies. because he has a mission to do. So he gives me their numbers. He gives them my number. So a lot of these guys give me a call and they are stuck in crazy situations. Whew, can't even tell you. Divorced, with kids, in debt, unable to move on, alimony, out of court settlement, lost house, lost money. But then when I tell them that, look, it was you, they don't want to face it. Saying, see, it happened to me. I said, it doesn't happen to you. Go back in the past. Who made the decision? You made the decision to be with this person. Who made the decision to come out? When you know the person was there, who made the decision to have a kid? Not just one, 2 kids. No, till having 2 kids it was fine. I said, how can a personality change? So the reward, and then he said, no, I was under wife's pressure to take a loan to go for a vacation, take a loan and do all this. I said, no. You could be under pressure, but then you took the loan, you knew very well, it was beyond your repayment capability, and still you took. So who is to be blamed? See, a lot of things like this, when I went through all this, I squarely took all the responsibility of it on myself. I said, yes, I did not read my friend well. I did not understand the startup world well. I was vulnerable. I was susceptible to be duped. It was me. Through me, I was able to come out. When I say through me, I don't mean in an egoistic way. I said that I am taking complete responsibility of everything that went wrong in my life. And when I take complete responsibility, I have a starting point, which means that these flaws are in me. If these flaws are in me, then I can bring Sudhar in myself. I can't bring Sudhar in everybody else who's connected, but the only person that I can improve is me. And that the way to improve for me is through devotion, through understanding, through the spiritual knowledge, all of that. Yes or no? So let us move on. So therefore, our skill to sense the information must be purified. Devi Durga in her Skanda Mata form purifies that skill. Skill means Skanda. Skanda means skill. That's why she is Skanda Mata. Temperament at present moment. Temperament can be classified in terms of animals also. For example, sometimes we are calm like a cow. We are restless like a cat. But we are feeling free like a bird. Sometimes we feel submissive like a dog or aggressive like a bull, and so on. Devi Durga in her Katyayani form purifies our temperament. What am I? What are you?
Which animal?
Animal?
Yeah. What is your temperament?
Is like which animal?
I think a deer.
Why deer? Deer, what do you associate? Which temperament?
What's
Chanchal.
Mine is not.
Keep moving around, like to be in forest. nature.
Restless. No, that is okay. But what is your temperament?
What do you mean? Like
Temperament is, I feel sometimes I am aggressive like a bull.
Okay.
And
It's a fiction now.
yeah. So I feel at times,
A very
situational, right? Yeah.
I think
You are also like
yeah.
that, aggressive like a bull you are. Yes. And like that we have different temperaments, right? I can be calm like a cow also, but I can be most of the times I feel I'm like a horse, always moving with power, energy, and lot of gusto, trying to feel the wind with my hair out, and so I'm like that horse. I love to thrust forward, move forward, because I know that there are a lot of forces which are preventing me from running. Like when I wake up in the morning, I know I need to get to the gym, or I need to hit swimming, or I need to run, or I need to do. It's there. If you don't have that power to move forward, right, against all odds, then it will hold you down. My wife will say, before going, do this. These are all the work. She'll be leaving. I'll be working from home. I'll ensure that my meetings are if I have to go to the city, they're at post 12 p.m. and all that, which means I have to leave by 11 a.m. So I have to plan this thing. So weekends I'll go for cricket. So she'll say all the work on the weekdays only I have to do. So I have to put the washing machine, I have to clean the bathroom, I have to clean the kitchen, I have to dust the place. All this I have to do. Oh yeah, everything.
Yeah. It's very hard.
You've seen my house, right?
No, she hasn't.
You have not come
She
home.
was not there.
So I do all of this. So for me, I have to finish all this by 8:30, 8:40. I have to leave to the gym, come back. Then I have my food to prepare. I make my own food, and then I prepare all those meals. Chuck. I have to do all that. Then get those meals in, and then in the workplace also a lot of resistance because we are pushing forward to do a lot of things, which are going to bring change, get their business. A lot of people will be sitting on their asses, not doing anything. Go do. By the time the night comes, and all the time getting my son to do what he has to do, and then my wife will come back tired from office, and she says, do this, do that, do this. She'll give me 10 things. Should have messaged me already. Keep this clean, keep that thing, keep this arranged. Ask Ariman to do this. Go and get his printout, do that. So doing all of that. So I feel like I'm a horse because I don't give myself any excuses to be running all the time. I don't give myself any excuses. So I pray for energy, and I manifest that energy in my life. And if you have to do that many a times, you have to be aggressive like a bull and running free like a horse. But yeah, if you have to ask me what do I associate myself most with, it will be the horse. So think about your power animal. What is your temperament like?
Slow beer.
Slow?
So weird.
Slow bear, or sloth bear. You're like a sloth bear. Buffalo.
I am some like whatever tell me nothing.
ಎಮ್ಮೆ ನಿನಗೆ ಕಾಟಿಲ್ಲ.
Rekha, ನನ್ನ cousin, my cousin Rekha, she's more like a buffalo.
Buffalo.
Yeah, like very slow, like ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಬೇಗ ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅವಳಿಗೆ. ವೆರಿ ನಿಧಾನ ನಡೆಯೋದು ನಿಧಾನ, ಲೈಕ್ ವೆರಿ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಇಟ್
That Rajkumar song of ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಅಂದಿ.
ಲೈಕ್ ಕಂಪೋಸ್. ನನಗೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಬೇಗ ತಿಂಡಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತು ಆಫೀಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಬರಬೇಕು, ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಅವ್ಳಿಗೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಆರಾಮ್ ಮನೇಲಿ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್.
But also, what I feel is that, I mean, it's good to be industrious. I am very industrious.
What is that?
Industrious means, how industry runs, right? You
Right.
have to be there, do the work. The guy who's industrious is the one who puts in that hard work. My physique is a manifestation of my industriousness. Because not everybody can do that. And I keep giving this, keep telling my son this, don't be lazy, be industrious. Everything has to be organized. My clothes, my books, my table, everything is organized. Which means that I don't let it be. For me, those energies are not sitting right.
Me too. I
The
can't
positive
work.
energies have to be there. The chi has to flow.
Yeah.
When you sleep, when you wake up, the chi has to flow. Everything should be neat, perfect, organized, spick and span, clean, tidy. Then the chi is flowing. You are at peace, you are at harmony with everything. And that is where I think I derive my energy. So when I see after I put in that energy and I make everything perfect, and then I feel that energy flowing within me to move forward. And that is also mental orderliness. I know that, okay, I got to do 1, 2, 3, 4 things, and I keep it in my mind and I do that.
I cannot work if my house is not clean. Like my hall, my table, everything should be very clean.
Yeah,
I can't
that's good
sleep.
thing.
I can't sleep without like
Keeping things back, right?
yeah, like my kitchen is shattered, I can't sleep.
Yeah.
No matter how much tired you are, you have to clean the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then only I can sleep.
Correct. Even if there are vessels to be cleaned, washed, I'll wash it, put the rest in the dishwasher, clean everything, and only then go to sleep. The reason is because when I wake up in the morning, I want to see a nice thing. I want to feel those positive energies. So, purification of future. Future is made of three things. What is the first thing when you think about the future? Fear of the future.
Yeah.
Fear about future affects the way we are and brings bad luck. Therefore, they must be purified. Devi Durga in her Kalaratri form acts like the absorbent of unfounded fears. Fantasy and dreams about future. If we dwell too much in fantasies and dreams, it affects our fortunes. Awesome, right? If we dwell too much in fantasies and dreams, it affects our fortunes. Devi Durga in her Mahagauri form purifies our dreams. Pending results of work we have done. Sometimes we do all the work perfectly, but when it comes to get the results, things go wrong. Therefore, the results of the work we have done must also be purified. Devi Durga in her Siddhi Datri form purifies that part of our future. Setu's note, remember this. In ancient times, knowledge was an important part of a puja. These days, chanting of shlokas has been reduced to mere symbolism. Puja without knowledge can give temporary peace of mind, but it doesn't give desired results. Many generations before us have died in confusion and ignorance. Our generation is lucky that we have got the supreme knowledge in its purest form from Lord Hanuman himself. Therefore, read all the chapters again and again of Hanuman's Leelas to make your puja successful. And this is the final chapter. This is the final note. They end with this. So let us go back from next weekend onwards. By the way, I'm not there. I'm going on a vacation. It's my son's birthday next week on 5th. So we are going to the Taj Mahal and Delhi and all that because he's been reading all this. So we thought we'll show him all this. So I won't be there next weekend. Let us do this. One of you guys should take it up and start reading again from chapter 1. So the first chapter is this thing that Sucheta Vicheta. It starts from there. So let's start again.
Mother.
Yes. So let's start with that. So next week onwards, let's start with that. It's the beginning. So let us start with doing it all over again. So we started on April last year, and now it is the end of August. So April to August, 1 year and 4 months to complete 28 chapters.
Completed 28 chapters?
Yeah.
Ah. So it's of 300 pages, right? That whole
No. This one. 300 pages, yeah.
Ah.
302 pages.
Huh?
Next Saturday, Ganesh Chaturthi is also.
Oh.
Oh yes, that's right. Saturday. Then we'll give it a break. We'll come back on when I'm back and we'll start again.
So I might travel.
Correct. I know. On Ganesh Chaturthi Dina, it's good to be with Lord Ganesha in the evening. So let us be there with him and come back on 7th, 15th. So 15th onwards, let's congregate and start again. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Hanuman.
ಪ್ರಸಾದ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ.